Music Access. The Chuseok holidays have finally begun. We were only supposed to be on holiday until Monday, but considering that Chuseok Day falls on a Sunday, the holiday has been extended until Tuesday. So, it's like we have an extra day off to celebrate one of the biggest holidays in Korea, and that's probably the best gift and happiest news of all, don't you think? But you might have experienced this before. Something that you don't work hard for, so something that just comes to you for free and can leave you that easily. It might be gone and you won't even know it's missing. It's really strange but true. So we don't want this extra day off to disappear like that, right? If you're listening to Music Access right now and you're preparing for the long holidays here in Korea, think about how you're going to spend that precious time so none of it goes to waste. And if you're living abroad and don't celebrate Chuseok, then think about all of the things you weren't able to do during the week and make sure you do it during the weekend. So, what should I do then? I need to check if there's any stories, song requests, and messages that we didn't get to during the week so we can get to them during the weekend. The first song you heard today, Saturday, September 26th, 2015, was Tonight Tonight by Hot Chelly Ray. So the Chuseok holidays have just begun, and there might be some of you already at home enjoying time with your relatives and friends. There might be some of you on your way to your hometowns, and I just want to wish everyone a wonderful time with your family this Chuseok. I also know that there's some of you who can't be with family during Chuseok, and for those of you who will be spending the holidays alone, what about getting together with others who are also spending the holidays alone and having some quality time together? I know what you're going through and it can get a bit lonely, but cheer up. If you group together, family is all about who you're with. Even if your family isn't maybe here, maybe you can make another kind of family of your own in Korea as well. So, see if you can hit anyone up and get that meet and greet and party going. Alright, so we're about to start the Saturday edition of Music Access right now. And our Saturday corner, My Text and Message, which is all about you. We're going to be reading your messages and listening to your song requests for the next 2 hours. And also, of course, we have our special Corner in Corner, My Text Message, during the first hour of our Saturday show, which will be especially reserved for your text or social media message. Go ahead and send me a text or SNS message that was the most memorable for you during the week, and I'll introduce it during that time. The reason we're doing this is because the messages that were memorable for you may also strike a chord with our other listeners as well, so send in the messages that you remember, short or long. You can send in the message itself, or you can also tell us about how you got the message or why you sent the message as well. We'll introduce those text messages briefly before moving on to your other messages and letters for My Message, which will go on during the rest of the show. My text message will be short and special, and all of the other messages that we receive will be introduced during my message all the way up to the end of the second hour. Now, here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can send us messages via the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And remember, guys, when it comes to those song requests, go ahead and swiggity send those messages up on our message board, leaving the song title and artist under the title request. Now, before we go into our corner, My Text and Message, we're going to listen to two songs, starting with Swagger Jagger by Cher Lloyd, followed by Animal by Neon Trees. Reading your messages again and again, reading the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My text message. which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by. The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close, and if you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Cornering Corner for Saturdays, My Text Message, is all about sharing the social media or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you LOL, or a message that made you really frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also share with us some of the messages that you keep saved in your mobile device and why. To write in for this corner, just write my text on your message. Now let's go to our first text message, which it might be about a message that you may or may not remember. But anyway, it's a short and strong one from Azucena from the USA saying, I've texted people while I was drunk once or twice, and the typos are insane and incoherent. LOL. Okay, so drunk calls, drunk texting. I think now with the inclusion of the kind of there's automatic, message forms now, and then especially now it's so much easier to message people like just like that, because you can text someone, you can SNS message someone, you can send a video message, you can video call someone, and I don't know, when it comes to drunk texting, I've never done it before. I know that there's some people who have done it before, and it's funny. I think it really depends on who you are. I've heard from the time that people who did kind of send those messages sent it without really thinking too much, and they just kind of decided to send it, which is to a certain extent a good thing because they were thinking about you. But then on the receiving end, picture this. You're home alone on a Friday night because you have to wake up early, and then you get a message from someone saying, Sup, LOLLLLOLI. So you're thinking, oh, okay. Alright, so you're like, alright, sup, man? They're like, sup. And then they're like, dude, have you ever wondered why the stars are so shiny? And then you think to yourself, oh, when you get to a certain age and you're just like, oh, this person has or has not, consumed. And, it's just kind of playful banter back and forth. But when it comes to this kind of drunk texting, I think it's overall, pretty harmless. Just make sure you don't text, an ex or something with feelings when you do that. And it should be good. If you accidentally text an ex like that, it can become very, how do I put this, not so good. Because, texting a friend is one thing, texting an ex is another. And you don't want to get any real kind of emotional, subconsciously emotional experience mixed into that, you know what I'm saying? So, just keep it into the close-knit bros and sisters, and you should be fine. Alright, so before we move on, we're going to check out two songs, starting with the song Richie of the USA Wants to Hear 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, and Samantha of Australia requested My Girl by Human Nature. We just heard 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, followed by My Girl by Human Nature. It's been a while since I heard that song, but it's a classic, and it was good to hear it on this day, starting up our Chuseok. And our next text message comes from Unita Sweenyo from Indonesia saying, Happy Saturday, Ben DJ. I forgot when it was exactly, but I think it was last month. Sophie told me and Leon on our SNS chat room, she said, the show that you're on, the trip program, asked me if I want to come in the studio. After I asked how they send a message like that to her, she explained that she was just asked about she asked about part of the voting process on the Blue Book SNS, but revealed that the voting on the yellow messaging SNS is just for the studio audience. Me, Sophie, and Leon really want to go there, and I hope we can get this chance in the future. Long live the show that you're on, that rhymes with more versus more, until we come. That would be cool. I think that a lot of it is based on social media SNS. That's a very big part of the show. And if you do end up coming, that would be super awesome. I think part of the reason that show is appealing is because it really kind of highlights the good parts of Korea. And as it is uploaded to SNS, even the people outside of Korea, so the people who maybe don't have a chance to experience this firsthand, can vicariously experience it and also at the same time maybe plan their own trip to Korea when they do end up coming here. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty nice program. And, maybe if you do get a chance to come to the studio, let me know and I'll give you a high five in studio. Alright, so we're going to check out two more songs requested by our listeners, starting with the song Anne Sophie of Malaysia. You put up Call You Mine by Jeff Burnett, and Darcy of the USA requested Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. We just heard Call You Mine by Jeff Burnett, followed by Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. And it's time to continue on with our show. So we're going to close up my text message now. Hope to see a lot more of your messages next week as well. Remember, tell me about the messages that made you laugh, smile, moved you to tears, or made you really sad or mad. It can be a message you received or a message you sent yourself. You can send in the message itself, or you can tell me a little bit about the situation and how you received or sent the message. And as always, remember, it doesn't have to be a text message. It can also be a message on SNS as well. Just remember to write my text on your title before you post up your message, and I'll introduce them the best I can during this time every week. Alright, starting now until the end of our second hour, we're going to take a look at what our MA family members have been doing this week from Monday through Friday, what y'all are doing right now, and what you plan to do this weekend via my message. You guys are the stars here, so make sure to send your stories to our message board. So, starting with Darcy Ann from the USA, we just played your song, and you're saying that my friend Dan spoke with me on the phone the other night. He's coming to see me soon, and my friend Tammy and I will be cooking him dinner and dessert. On the menu is French dressing marinated chicken, homemade bechamel mac and cheese with steamed corn, and for dessert we'll bake a homemade apple cake from a recipe I crafted today. I'm so hungry right now. First of all, for those of you who don't know, all of this food is extremely delicious. None of it is a food that I would waste whatsoever. And if I given the chance, I would probably devour all these foods with no leftovers to spare. So, Darcy, congratulations. I hope you have a great meal with your friend Dan, and cooking with Tammy should be fun. And if I can make a small recommendation, I like apple pie. This has nothing to do with the meal you're making, but I'm just saying I like apple pie, and if you want to make apple pie, I'm sure you could do a good job making it too. Alright, so as we continue to move on with our show, we're going to check out two more songs. And we're going to start with a song that Miho of Japan requested, Shimkung-hae Heart Attack by AOA, followed by the song Amber of the USA requested, In Time by Baek Chunggang. We just heard Shimkung-hae by AOA, followed by In Time by Baek Chunggang. Hey guys, remember when he was in the studio with us? That was super awesome, right? It was super fun, right? Alright, cool. So, continuing on to our next message, we have Kelly Aileen Beltran Hernandez from Mexico saying, Hello Benji, I hope you and the members are together for a long time. I'll keep an eye on you from now on. And tell me, do you have a hidden talent or something you've never done before and wish to try? And if you weren't an idol, what would you be and why? I ask you because I'm 18 and I don't really have an idea of what to do. I have so many options of things I really want to do, but I haven't decided yet. So I'm looking for more options till I find something that every part of me wants to do without any doubt. Some advice? Love from Mexico. I think when it comes to this kind of career choosing, you will find something that clicks. I believe you find something that clicks no matter who you are. And then the voice inside tells you, oh, doing this might be fun. And then at that point, you have to also make the decision to do that, regardless of whether it's, 100% you want to do it, or, maybe like 30, like the majority of you wants to do it. You have to kind of follow your gut instinct. I think that's very, very important. And when it comes to your gut instinct, you just got to trust yourself and, take a leap of faith. You're 18, you're still young. I came here when I was 19, and I have friends who are, I have friends who are a little younger than me, older than me, and they still haven't fully decided on what they want to do, but they're following their kind of voice inside. So, I'd say if you feel that you want to do something and you think it's a plausible option, give it a shot and see how that turns out because, if you never try, how are you going to know? Am I right? Am I right? And when it comes to hidden talent, I have no idea. I need to make another one. That's on my to-do list now. So maybe I'll make an apple pie. And then that would be a good talent. Apple pie. Alright, so we're going to continue on with two more songs. Starting with the song Jenny of the USA wants to hear. Oh, it's been a long time. Some by Soyu and Chung Ki-go. And Kirine of Thailand wants to hear Kyoa by Pyeol featuring Kwon Jung-yeol of 10cm. Alright, now after a short break, we'll continue on with our Saturday show, introducing the messages sent to us by you, so make sure to stay tuned. We're going to listen to the song You and I by Lady Gaga and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of BIG, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, September 26th was Grenade by Bruno Mars. And now, for those of you just joining us, here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. Spread the word. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphones, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your answers there on our message board. Messages rather than answers. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeon. Now, before we continue on with more messages, we're going to check out two more great songs, starting with Who Says by Selena Gomez, followed by Please Don't Go by Mike Posner. We just heard Who Says by Selena Gomez, followed by Please Don't Go by Mike Posner. And you're listening to the Saturday Corner, my message on the show Music Access, hosted by the one and only Benji of BIG. Did I put myself up too much? Maybe it's okay though, because no one's here to stop me. Alright, so continuing on from the first hour, we're introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access and listening to your song requests as well. And so our first message starting off our second hour comes from Gigi from Malaysia saying, Hey Benji, I'm Gigi from Malaysia. Guess what? We're both G's. Ah ha ha ha. LOL, okay, I get that ain't funny. Anyways, I'm just chilling over on the Arirang website right now to release some stress since my trials, so I'm guessing exams, are like next week. So yeah, I just want to say keep doing your thing. I'm supporting you all the way from Malaysia. You did great so far, and guess you have a really ... nice voice too. Was the ... was the ellipses necessary? I hope this doesn't boost your ego too much, so I hope you see this. We international fans love you. P.S. I was hoping you could give me a message of support for my exams next week, but it's okay if you didn't see this. I'll be watching over across the Pacific Ocean. Cheers from G. So, G, I read your message. I understand that you have your trials next week. So I guess trials is how you would say exams, is another word for exams there. And when it comes to exams, a tip that I can give is when you're studying, make sure there's no distractors within sight. The only distractor I use when I'm studying is music. And another tip that I could use is, this is scientifically proven apparently, if you are allowed to chew gum during the exam, maybe chew gum while you're studying. Because I think it's a combination of how your brain mixes and matches things. But if you make a habit while you're studying, repeating the habit during the exam can cause your brain to bring back the facts that you were trying to memorize while you were studying. So, gum apparently is a thing that works. Gum, for me, when I try to study, I try to focus hard and then relax. So it's not, 3 hours of, I wonder what's on TV while I'm studying. But, I study and that's all I do for about 30 to 45 minutes. Then take a 15-minute break to just do something else completely. Then when you come back, don't just move on to new material, but kind of review what you just studied, and then continue on to new material. And if you do that for about, I'd say, a few days before the exam, you should be able to do excellent. Because I did it all the night before, and I did okay. So, do it a few days before, and it should be done. I don't recommend doing it the day before because it's very stressful. But good luck, GG, fellow G's, and thanks for all the support. Love ya. Now we're going to take a quick double song break before we continue on. And we're going to listen to the song that Mylene of the USA wants to hear, Cool Bomb by Sleepy featuring Song Jian, followed by the song Tony of the Philippines requested, Smile Again by Winner. We just heard the song Cool Bomb by Sleepy featuring Song Jian, followed by the song Smile Again by Winner. I like the song Cool Bomb. It came out in the summer. It was really cute. I really like the stage because Cool Bomb, like a cool night, is also Gulbam in Korea, which is like getting hit on the head in a cute way. And, Sleepy is much taller than Songjin, and it was really cute. Also, I really like Songjin and Sleepy. I like everybody. And Winner, too. Shout out to all the Winner fans. Alright, so continuing on, our next message is from Azusena from the USA, who said, Hey Benji, I finally got an AC in my room. I nearly died during the summer. P.S. My friend R and I sent you gifts. Hopefully it'll get to you safely. Cool. Hopefully it will get to me safely. I haven't quite received it yet, but when I do, I will be sure to let you know. And, it's great that you got AC and all that stuff. But, it's like going into autumn now. I don't know how much you're going to need that, but congratulations anyway. Make sure you don't get, they call it a nengbangbyung here, like the air conditioning disease. It's a phrase if you sleep with the air conditioner on, or if you sleep in a too cold of an atmosphere. Because of that, you can actually get sick. And I got it when I first came to Korea because it was really hot in the summer, much hotter than New York City and Seattle. And so I slept with the air conditioner on, and I got super sick to the point my temperature went up to 38 something. I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't eat anything, and it was pretty bad. So, AC, use it responsibly. With great power comes great responsibility, and with great coolness comes great responsibility as well, unless this air conditioner also gives you hot air, although that's probably a heater. So, anyways, make sure you are safe and don't stay under that wind for too long. And we're going to continue on with two more songs, starting with the song Oksama of Japan wants to hear, Famous by Chad Future featuring Sunghoon of Hotshot. And Unita of Indonesia, you want to hear Heaven by Kim Jae-jung featuring Gummy. We just heard Famous by Chad Future featuring Sunghoon of Hotshot, followed by Heaven by Kim Jae-jung featuring Gummy. Side note, Sunghoon of Hotshot sings really, really well. I remember when they first came out, and they did that song, and then I think at the beginning of this part, he does this kind of this line, like or something like this, and it was really clean, really good. He sings really well. Shout out to Hotshot, they're pretty awesome. And continuing on to our next message, we have Amber from the USA. This was actually sent in on the 22nd, but I'm going to read it today. Like I said, weekends are the time when we get to messages we couldn't get to during the week, so definitely send them in. It says, Hi Benji, today I did something weird. In the middle of class, I was listening to Are You Ready by B.I.G., and when the chorus came up, I started to sing along. Not long enough for everyone to hear, but loud enough for myself to hear. And then when the rap came on, I started to get louder and louder. And when the song finished, everyone was looking at me. I looked around and everyone was like, she's so weird. Wow, she's stupid, etc. It's spelled ETC, by the way. I slapped myself mentally over and over again, but then someone insulted me. I was like, yo, you don't know nothing about them, so don't talk smack. Just because you don't listen to K-pop or B.I.G. or Benji doesn't mean you can talk however you want. Listen to them first, then decide for yourself how they are, jerk. And so I can sing what I want without people calling me names and insulting you. Lots of love from Amber in Michigan. I think they just need to get introduced to B.I.G. and K-pop, and then they'll totally listen to it, maybe. And, I do that a lot too. I dance in the street when music comes on. When it comes to songs that I'm listening to in the car, if there's a part that I like, I always tend to sing along, and then my members are like, "Hey Benji, yeah, what's up? Shut up." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry." No, we're actually nicer than that. But I think singing is it's a natural thing. Humans have been doing it for ages. It just so happens that recording artists blossomed into something, like a career or a job, and we're lucky enough that we can do that. But I think it shouldn't be a problem. Maybe next time you'll find them singing a song that they like, and everyone has their own type of music that they listen to. This is something I believe. When it comes to music, everyone has their own interests. Everyone has a certain genre they listen to. And even if it's not a specific genre, I'm sure they have a certain set of songs that they like to listen to over and over. And so, my advice is don't worry about them haters. Them haters will be hating. They hate us because they ain't us. And in the end, as long as you are enjoying what you're doing and it's not causing a problem to anyone else, I think it shouldn't really be that much of a matter to be discussed about. And Amber, good job. Keep supporting that music. Keep supporting those artists. And I will give you a high five for the next time we meet. High five for now. Nice. Alright, so before we move on, we're going to check out two more songs, starting with the song Rebecca of Brazil, requested Starshell by Nell, and How Yon Tan of Australia, requested the song Wing 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 by Hugo. We just heard Starshell by Nell, followed by Wing Wing by Hugo. And our next message comes from Unita Sweenyo from Indonesia saying, Yo Benji, I'm gonna share a secret. Okay, what's the secret? My boss is actually my cousin. Wow! And the world stopped in that moment. Do you know what's my favorite thing when she comes? Since there's no delicious food here, yeah, poor me, no cinema, no mall, not many restaurants and cafes here, she always brings a lot of delicious food. Something like chocolate pudding, cheese roll cakes, choco cheese dried sweet martabak, and a lot of other stuff. I always gain around 2 kilograms and go naturally back to my previous weight when the delicious food is out of stock. I always love eating though. That sounds super awesome. I totally know what that's like. First of all, nice having your boss as a cousin. I mean, you must be able to get away with so much stuff. Although maybe you can't get away with this much stuff because they're twice as hard on you because they're your cousin. I don't know. You have to let me know. That's part of the situation. But whatever the case may be, delicious foods. When my dad and mom go on business trips, of course, we used to collect magnets. And I remember one time, instead of bringing food, he brings back really interesting toys. So one time, actually, my dad brought home this mist. They called it mist, and I was like, "What's mist?" And he's like, "When you ride an airplane, they give you this thing to spray on your face to keep you moist." And then I was like, "Wow, that's so cool!" So I started playing with the mist and all that stuff, and then I started drinking it, and it tasted really gross because it was mineral water, which is kind of tastes nasty, and I think it's really nice when you have people who go on vacation to bring you stuff from other countries because it's a gateway to that country in its own sense. And on the other hand, they're bringing back something that you couldn't take part of at the moment. You might be able to go at a different time. But as the situation stands, they are going for you. And then when they bring back stuff, it also shows that they care about you. So remember, this goes for Unita, for me, and for anyone else who receives something when someone goes abroad. Remember to always say please and thank you when you receive something. And besides that as well, the most important thing, enjoy it. Because I'm sure when people get you stuff, they know what you're planning. You need to chocolate pudding, cheese roll cake, choco cheese dried. I have no idea what martabak is, but it sounds really delicious. Enjoy the foods. And then when you actually end up going to that country, remember to bring back something for your boss as well as a thank you present. That is my advice. Alright, so we're going to continue on with 2 more songs with our show, starting with Don't Wanna Go Home by Jason Derulo, followed by Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce. We are back, and we just heard Don't Wanna Go Home by Jason Derulo, followed by Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce. Side note, I was listening to this song, and it kind of made me think, what are things that you've never had that you're kind of glad that you never had? In my personal experience, when I first heard this song, it's about love. And, when we broke up, it's the best thing that I never had because, I'm so glad that I didn't actually have to go through it. But for me, I think for me, violin is one of the things that I never really I put my whole life into it and I dedicated myself to it. And it's the best thing for me right now because I learned so much from it. But at the same time, I don't really have it anymore. So it's kind of one of those best things I never had. But what about for you guys? What are things that in life, it's the best thing that you never had that you don't really necessarily have right now, but whether it was a good experience, whether it was just something to be thankful for, maybe it's something to think about for this Chuseok holiday, It is called the Korean Thanksgiving as well, so while you spend this Thanksgiving weekend with your family and with your loved ones, and maybe if it's with friends, think about, just what's going on and what to be thankful for. Alright, so it is time to close up our show for today. Our last song that we're going to listen to is For the First Time by The Script. This was Benji of B.I.G. And as I always say, I'll be back.